Sonic Superstars is a disappointment. Well, that's it. Sonic Superstars has come and gone. It's been out for a couple months now. It's officially settled into the Sonic zeitgeist, and I think I can speak for a lot of people when I say that Sonic Superstars is not what I thought it was in the beginning. In the beginning, due to recency bias and due to all the hype that was happening and due to my desperate need to have a fresh, new, modern, classic 2D Sonic game coming out with completely original content, I just wanted Sonic Superstars to be this amazing game. I believed that it was at the time, because it was. I was having fun playing it when it first came out. It is a good game at its core. But after just a few months, I think it's pretty obvious what Sonic Superstars is at this point. It's an underwhelming experience. It's extremely underwhelming. Nothing about it is replayable. Nothing about it is innovative, aside from the Chaos Emerald power-ups. There's just a lot of things wrong with Sonic Superstars that now we can finally see, now that the dust has settled and now that the hype has died down. Sonic Superstars is a mid-tier Sonic game. It's slower than previous Sonic games. The boss fights bring the pacing to a crawl and are completely overly self-indulgent. The Chaos Emerald power-ups, while interesting, almost cheese the game in a way and make things too easy. I know that they can facilitate exploring, but what you're exploring for is golden coins that, unless you care about the online mode, are completely worthless. The special stages are some of the most half-assed and underwhelming and sad special stages I've ever seen in any Sonic game ever. It's ridiculous. The stages themselves, while fine and well-designed, really, truly do not stand out in any way. They're fine, but what else are they besides that? Since Sonic Superstars has come out just a mere few months ago, I have had little to no desire to replay this game. And that has to be the biggest problem with Sonic Superstars, is that it's not replayable. It is so easily forgettable in its existence. And in hindsight, what does that say about me? I made a couple of videos back in October when this game first came out, praising it and glorifying it as the next biggest classic Sonic game in the zeitgeist. I wanted to believe that it was that game. I needed it to fill that space in my mind that a certain title, Sonic Mania, just couldn't fill for me at that time. Sonic Mania to me was the perfect Sonic game that was held back by one seemingly insignificant factor, and that's that most of its content was completely unoriginal. Most of Sonic Mania's content was revamped stages from previous Sonic games, and that just didn't sit well with me. I couldn't look past that and just accept this game's perfect layout. I couldn't accept how amazing and how fun it was to play. I just couldn't let go of the fact that most of it was unoriginal content. And so I looked to Sonic Superstars to fill that void, and I desperately tried to make that so in my head. But at the end of the day, I was wrong about Sonic Superstars. Sonic Superstars is not the classic Sonic game that I thought it was. And now that the dust has settled on that, I guess I have really rethought my priorities with what I want a Sonic game to be. Maybe just because most of Sonic Mania's stages aren't exactly completely original doesn't negate the fact that they are the most perfect stages to ever exist in the Sonic zeitgeist. Maybe that because they're not quote-unquote completely new stages doesn't mean that they're not new on their own merits. With the disappointment that I've accrued from Sonic Superstars, I now look to Sonic Mania, of all games, to fill that void. I look to Sonic Mania to give me the perfect classic Sonic game. And well, apparently I was right in doing so. Apparently, it doesn't matter to me anymore that Sonic Mania stages are heavily inspired from classic stages. It doesn't matter that I didn't get every single thing that I wanted from this game. It doesn't matter that it isn't perfect in every way, because it's perfect in most ways. Sonic Mania is one of the best Sonic games to ever exist.
Ah, isn't that lovely?
Isn't it lovely how we as humans can have an opinion, and that opinion can change over time, and that's totally okay? Yeah, it's making me feel so good to be alive, honestly. And it's making me feel motivated to give a certain someone an apology. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure if it's some weird cosmic time dilation that's caused me to change my opinions on this. Maybe it's the fact that Sonic Superstars simply didn't live up to that expectation in my head. And now that that expectation has been shattered, I can finally let go of my woes that I've had with Sonic Mania and just enjoy the game for what it is and not what it isn't. We all have a bad habit of doing that. We all have a bad habit of focusing on the negatives and not realizing this amazing project that's sitting right in front of us, staring us in our eyes. Sonic Mania is the most advanced, most understanding of the formula, most leagues ahead of when it came out game. This game came out in 2017, and to this day, 7 years later, it still feels like a brand spanking new Sonic game. It's amazing what this game does with its level design. It's amazing what it did with the special stages. The boss fights are probably some of the best in the whole series in hindsight, and just the overall vibe is perfect here. The graphics have been updated to fit that modern look, and it's just incredible, man. This whole game is incredible. And now that I no longer have that expectation in my head of wanting this brand new 2D Sonic game, I can finally just enjoy Sonic Mania for what it is. And what it is a flawless 2D classic Sonic game. If there's anything to take away from all this, if there's any grand lesson to it all, it's that sometimes it's better to not have expectations. Sometimes it's better to not try and force what we want onto a game and just enjoy what we have in front of us. It's about being in the moment. It's about not robbing yourself of these good feelings that you know you want to have, but you're just refusing to have them simply because you're not getting everything you want right then and there. And I'm so grateful for Sonic Superstars to be able to teach that to me. Sonic Superstars is a disappointing game, but on the positive side of things, it taught me to appreciate Sonic Mania for what it truly is and what it always has been and what I always secretly deep down knew that it was. A flawless 2D classic Sonic game that I will be enjoying for years, and that it will be replayed by me over and over and over again, and I will never get sick of it. In fact, it might just be one of my favorite video games of all time. That's how amazing Sonic Mania is. I love Sonic Mania. It's better than life itself. It's better than cookies. It's better than milk. It's better than Santa Claus putting Christmas stuff under your tree. It's better than the Easter Bunny. It's better than the Tooth Fairy giving you a quarter. It's addicting. The adrenaline is so good, you guys. Sonic Mania is an interstellar adventure into infinity. And to this day, it can't be topped. And who knows, will it ever be topped? A lot of us don't realize how good we have it with Sonic Mania existing. I'm grateful, is really what I am. I'm grateful. And I want other people to be grateful as well. Like what you like, enjoy what you enjoy, but don't allow any negative expectations or precursors in your mind to ruin what's right in front of you. Sonic Mania is amazing, and that's all I really wanted to say. Alright, awesome guys. That's my new take on Sonic Mania. Thanks for watching the video. What? What the?
Falcon Punch!
What? Did you think that he was gonna come alive and sneak up on me and kill me for some reason? No, he's a plushie.